there's got to be a
takes money to
threshold.
make money.
There's got to be a threshold,
Yeah,
right?
it costs money to make money.
It takes money to make money. It takes people to make money.
Yeah.
It takes an office, takes a culture, takes a lot of things to make money.
Yeah.
You can't just make, there comes a point, right, where you can't probably cross the next threshold.
No.
Living in a minimalist apartment, not having any employees or any infrastructure. I mean, you can only go so far.
What's going on, A&A Show? Austin Lewis here, coming to you guys with my partner in crime. As you guys know, Austin Zaback. I'm sorry, we're a little congested here. We've been sick at the office without the Rona, okay?
Yep.
So we just got a couple other deals, but that ain't nothing but a deal. As you guys saw in the title, as well as the thumbnail, if you guys are on YouTube, if you guys are on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, make sure and go ahead and leave us a 5-star review if you guys enjoy our videos, like our videos, do something rather another. Comment down below. Make sure and give us a thumbs up if you guys are on YouTube as well. And if you guys are listening on any platform other than YouTube, make sure and pop over there, give us some subscribers as well as a couple of likes. Because as Mr. Zaback says right now, boom.
Come on now. Every time you smash the like button, it supposedly helps the YouTube algorithm.
Beautiful. Today, Mr. Zaback, we're going to be talking about Mr. Nate O'Brien.
Nate O'Brien.
Okay,
baby.
now here's the beautiful thing. You don't know Nate O'Brien, do you?
Not personally, no.
Okay, so not personally, neither do I, obviously. But Nate O'Brien knows, obviously, people that we are somewhat familiar with.
He knows Graham. I think they just did an iced coffee hour with Nate.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Just out of curiosity, if you wouldn't mind pulling up, since I know I'm looking at a particular video which we're going to be looking at, and it's the My New Minimalist Apartment, which he posted October 27th of 2020. Okay, how many video views does he get on a monthly basis? How much do you think Mr. Nate O'Brien, and we can do some math.
His views went down, bro.
Okay.
His views went down. So if you go to Social Blade, okay, I'm going to Social Blade right now. He gets on the last 30 days, he's gotten 2.2 million views.
Okay, so 2.2 million views.
Yep, the last 30 days.
You think his CPM is what on the channel like this?
I'll bet you he nets $15 per 1,000 views.
$15. $15.
So 2.2 million divided by 1,000.
Okay, so he makes $33,000 a month.
A month. There you go. From YouTube ad revenue.
From YouTube ad revenue.
Yep.
Again, it's just our assumption, ladies and gentlemen. No income claims, this, that, and the third here, but we do have somewhat of an idea of what it is that YouTube pays.
What do you think of the whole minimalist thing? Matt Diavella did the minimalist deal. Nate O'Brien's done the minimalist deal. Graham Stephan did the minimalist deal. What do you think about the minimalist movement?
Here's what I think about the minimalist. I think minimalist is just so minimal.
Yeah.
You know, it's very, here's the crazy part, right? Like you take a cat like you and I, like we are not, like, don't get me wrong, like we're minimal, but we're not minimal at the same time. Like I want to have a couch. Like I want to have more than my MacBook and an iMac on my desk. Like I want to have some knickknacks. I want to have it light. Like I want it to be a good look. I want it to be a good vibe, right? Because having something minimal like this is, you know, I think, you think, we both think that it makes us less money.
Yeah, for sure.
At the end of the day, in our traditional business. Now, of course, minimalist to this, to the world, to YouTube, to everything like that, it's very, what's the word I'm looking for?
I mean, dude, at the end of the day, it's just not, I don't know. I mean, I like the minimalist movement, but I don't think I could ever be a minimalist at that. But I think there's levels to it.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think like we're minimalists.
Yeah.
Like we could buy a whole hell of a lot more than we own right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But we don't.
Yeah.
Right? We invest.
Yeah.
We invest in a lot of different things.
Yeah.
To make passive income, to make, you know, money from multiple different streams of income,
it's
right?
relatable.
Right, for
That's
sure.
what I
It's
was looking
relatable.
for.
It's very relatable.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, I think that, again, there's levels to minimalism.
Yeah.
Right? And I think we're minimalists.
Yeah.
But not at that level.
Yeah. No,
Right?
yeah,
Not
no.
at the Nate O'Brien level, not at the Graham Stephan level, right?
No.
We're minimalists on the level of, okay, you know, we know that we can save money in certain areas, invest in certain areas, rather than going and buying a McLaren and a Ferrari tomorrow, which we could.
Sure.
We don't, right?
Yes.
We reinvest into our culture. We reinvest into our team, into our office, into, you know, our like you said, our traditional companies.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, it's just different.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. if you were making $33,000 a month, just out of curiosity, and you lived in Philadelphia, and the only reason I know Philadelphia is because, as you can see here, he actually tagged Philadelphia. Well, would you live in Philadelphia?
I probably wouldn't live in Philadelphia. No.
Where would you live?
I mean, I probably live right where I live right now.
If you just did content creation, like Nate O'Brien does, right?
I'd probably live in Arizona still.
Okay.
The weather, you know what I mean?
For sure.
The beautiful weather. I mean, you know where?
I got a question for you. Okay, Mr. Zaback. If you're not viewing this, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn up my brightness here.
Yep, I can see it.
He's got no description.
Yep.
Okay, he posted this on October 27th. Okay, that was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, not that long ago. Yeah.
No description. 415,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where does Nate O'Brien? If you're watching this, brother, drop in the comment section down below. Please do us a favor, bro. Is there? They talk about SEO.
Yeah.
Your video. He didn't SEO nothing.
No, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I've got more theories on YouTube than Graham Stephan, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
For sure.
I got one pulled up, of Nate O'Brien and the Iced Coffee Hour, right?
Okay.
Revealing the best side hustles for passive income. It's a hour and 35-minute video on the Iced Coffee Hour with Graham Stephan and Jack. 128,000 views. I don't know, man. I don't know how, there's not that many people in the finance, business, entrepreneurship niche.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's anything to be said about that. I think that you look at the entertainment niche, you look at Logan Paul, David Dobrik, right? You look at all the big entertainers.
Yeah.
And then you look at the finance niche. There's not a lot of people, right?
Sure.
So maybe in the finance niche, obviously I'm not saying we figured it out because we certainly haven't, but maybe it's easier to gain views, subscribers in the finance niche than it is in other niches on the platform of YouTube or platforms in general.
Yeah.
But I don't know, bro. I think, like you said, relatability is a big one.
Massive.
You look. Do
you think YouTube? I would love to know his particular analytics. Do you think YouTube? And this is more of a conversation for Austin and I right now. So this is beautiful. Okay. So if you guys are tuning in and listening, then you guys are getting the good to the good. Okay. Do you think YouTube pushes his stuff, or do you think other people push his stuff? Like
both.
Both.
Yeah.
Because if you relate to somebody, then I send you a good YouTube.
Yeah, they're sharing it.
Yeah, I just share it with you.
You're sharing it. Which obviously helps the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, of course.
Right when you share a video.
Yeah.
YouTube's like, oh, it's got 1,000 shares.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they assume it's a good video, right?
Yeah.
You would assume.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's both. I think videos like that are very vague. They're very broad. They relate to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Right. Look at the title, right? My new minimalist apartment, right?
Okay.
It's very vague, very broad. The intro is very appealing to the masses of people, right? So you look at videos like these guys.
Let's do this. We can watch 12 seconds?
Yeah, 14.
14 seconds. Let's just play this video because he's got B-roll of this entire place. Okay. Let's just play these first 14? 14 seconds of this video.
Yep.
What? That's kind of wild, huh?
At the end of the day, bro, that's what minimalism's all about.
Okay, this is his sketching.
So, it's been about a year since I started practicing minimalism. Now, a lot has changed since then. I've moved into a new apartment. I've built out...
So he's been practicing minimalism.
Practicing.
Interesting.
Kind of like you practice Spanish.
Yeah, you practice minimalism.
Practice.
Makes
minimalism.
you wonder.
You got to practice it. It's an art.
Okay, so obviously we're talking about the new minimalist apartment video here. Do you think he's trying to be like a new Dave Ramsey?
I think a lot of these guys are trying to go that direction.
Okay.
I don't know that they're trying to be Dave Ramsey, but I definitely think that they're trying to, at the end of the day, when I look at Meet Kevin, Graham, they want to keep their expenses low, right?
Yeah.
They don't like employees. They want to keep their net high.
Yeah.
And they want to stack cash, right? They want to invest in the stock market. They want to invest into Roth IRA, 401k, maybe a little bit of real estate,
Yeah.
But they don't want a ton of expenses.
Okay.
You know, they want to wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
They want to make, you know, like you said, 33 to 50 grand a month.
Yeah.
Maybe 75 grand a month, depending on if you're Graham Stephan, 150 grand, 200 grand a month.
Yeah.
Right. And they want to take the vast majority of that money and reinvest it into things that, you know, will, appreciate in value, grow over time, you know, pay them a dividend.
Yeah.
You know, a good ETF will pay you a dividend, right? Andre Geek, we'll talk about that, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I just think it's a different way of living.
Of course.
It's just a simple, different way of living, right? And I think that people have to realize that. And when they're looking at entrepreneurship and they're looking at business and finance and the whole thing, you have to understand that most businesses aren't foundationally tied to minimalism, right?
For sure.
I mean, you look at Elon and Jeff Bezos and Grant Cardone and Tony Robbins, right? They've got a lot of employees. Yeah. They've got a lot of overhead. They've got big offices, you know, so kind of the old school traditional model is actually not minimalism at all, right?
Sure.
This kind of new YouTube little era that we're in is like minimalism, you know what I mean? And like, don't spend a lot of money and save your money and don't hire employees and don't, you know, live in an expensive apartment. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
But it is just, in a nutshell, a different way of living, I think.
For sure.
You feel me?
Do you think that, you know, they get caught up? Okay. And I say they because obviously I'm certainly not there whatsoever.
Yep.
And I can speak for myself and myself only. Do you think they just get caught up in the, I don't want to call it Kool-Aid, right? Like Nate O'Brien's a stud. You know what I mean? Verified on YouTube. Absolutely crushing it on YouTube. I mean, to make $33,000 a month. And again, that's just us guessing his CPM, right?
Yeah.
And that's not guessing, you know, it's 400 grand a year. You know, he looks like a fairly young dude.
Yep.
You know, mid 20s, if not low 20s. Yep. No problem. How old do you think he is?
I bet you Nate's 25.
25?
Yeah, maybe, 24, 25. I'll bet.
Okay. Yeah, so 24, 25 years old to make 400 grand a year. Again, that's not without any of his affiliate links. That's not without any of his courses. That's not without any of the, you know, mentorship programs that he puts on or this, that, and the third. That's not without any ambassadors that, you know, want to stick some things into his deal, right? Do you think they get caught up on their own Kool-Aid?
Probably.
Like they talk about minimalism videos, so they have an apartment that's minimalism. Yeah.
I would imagine so. Yeah. I mean, they're totally reeled into that lifestyle.
Sure.
You know, could Nate O'Brien ever go become a billionaire with that perspective, that lifestyle? Probably not, right? Because you can't be a minimalist and like, there's got to be a threshold.
Money to make money.
There's got to be a threshold, right?
It costs money to make money.
It takes money to make money. It takes people to make money.
Yeah.
It takes an office, takes a culture, takes a lot of things to make money.
Yeah.
You can't just make, you know, there comes a point, right, where you can't probably cross the next threshold.
No.
You know, living in a minimalist apartment, not having any employees or any infrastructure. I mean, you can only go so far.
100%.
I mean, maybe 30, 40, 50, 100, 200 grand. I mean, I don't know what the number is, right? And again, those numbers are, I mean, you're one out of a million.
A million.
Right? But if you do achieve the YouTube algorithm, you hack the whole, you know, like how much further can you go?
Yeah.
You know, can Graham really go from 200 or 300 grand a month to $1 million a month?
Yeah.
Without hiring people.
Yeah.
Without getting an office. Yeah. Without doing anything new.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Right? He obviously hired Jack.
Yeah.
You know, Nate, you know, we'll see, right? You know, do these guys have editors on the back end that they don't talk about, right? Because they want to maintain the relatability deal, right?
Like they edit their own videos.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they do have editors in the background.
Sure.
And they're just not talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they do have, you know, content teams, you know, people that help plan their content, outline their content, you know, script out their content, edit their content, etc.
Yeah.
You know, nobody knows, right?
Sure.
You'd have to know, I guess, the inner circle a little bit more, but you know, nonetheless, it's a marketing play.
Of course.
I mean, you look at anybody, right? Any industry, anything. Everything starts with marketing. You have marketing, then you have sales, and then maybe you have customer service, etc. Right?
Of course.
But without the marketing, you don't have anything, right?
No.
If you're not marketing, you can't make a sale.
No.
So, you know, these guys, for them, right, they've figured out that, okay, you know, minimalism and this simplistic lifestyle it appeals to the masses.
Yep.
It appeals to a lot of people. A good marketing play.
Yep.
At the end of the day.
Yep.
Am I right?
100%.
You know?
I couldn't agree more. Let's watch a little bit more of this.
Office, and I have my separate bedroom. And so because some of this has changed, I want to take you through my apartment, show you around, and show you the things that I've added to my minimalist apartment. And what you're going to notice here is that everything has some type of purpose as what I've been practicing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It just gets more interesting as I watch it.
Everything has a purpose. You know what I mean?
Have you watched this video?
I did. Yeah, I have.
If that were my living room,
Yep.
I would not be fired up.
No.
Me personally.
No.
You know what I mean?
Nope.
If that were my living room, if that was my little ordeal, you know?
Nope.
I would not be fired up if that was my dining room.
Nope.
I don't know, man. I guess it's just different strokes for him. He's got a $300 vacuum right here, though.
Yeah.
You know, it's worth more than the couch.
And he'll probably talk about it like, you know, he doesn't have to hire a cleaner.
Yeah.
So the vacuum cleans. So you don't have to get, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Saves him time, money.
Yeah. He'll hit us with an ad right now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Stud.
It is interesting.
To say the least.
I love
right?
these guys, man. I love
them.
and then the last thing I want to do is talk badly, right?
Never.
I love Nate O'Brien. I love Ryan Scribner. I love Graham Stephan. I love all these guys. But at the end of the day, it is a different style of living, man. And I think you got to decide, you know, what do you want, right? You know, if you want to make, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand a month and just live your life and you want to travel and you want to chill, then do it. Do it, right? But if you want to build a legendary life, if you want to do things where like people are going to remember you, you know, then maybe do it bigger, maybe hire people, maybe, you know, build a company. I don't think there's a right or wrong. I think it's just a matter of what do you want to do? Where are you at in your life? What season are you in? And then doing that.
100%. I couldn't agree more with you, bro. I'm just rummaging through this video a little bit.
Yeah, you're good.
And just looking through all of this stuff. And I mean, this is a legitimate, very simple, very boring, minimalist lifestyle.
It is.
Which is quite insane to me.
Yep.
You know? It's crazy. But again,
that's what I have,
it's relatable.
It's relatable, bro.
And it relates to every single person that doesn't have a lot, that don't have a lot, that can't have a lot.
Yep.
It relates to those individuals.
Yep.
You know,
That's
he's got
right.
the same light that you used to do in I mean, you've had that
Tom
thing forever.
Scott.
Yeah. 100%. You hung your Christmas lights on it.
We did, and you loved that light.
Oh my God.
At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, go ahead
sure.
and subscribe to the A&A Show, where we talk about business, we talk about life, money, individuals, we react to people, we do all of it, man.
All of it.
And we'll talk about this in another video.
Of course.
We'll break down, you know, the Nates.
We'll
the
probably
Grahams.
we'll talk about the top YouTubers of 2020 because Nate's obviously one of them.
In the different niches, the different industries.
830,000 subscribers, bro.
Man, I'd love to get that many. Maybe we should become minimalists. Maybe if we fired all of our employees and we got rid of everything and we edited all of our videos ourselves,
did our own thing.
Just maybe, we could get to 830,000 subscribers. Drop in the comment section. Let us know what you think.
Please do.
We would love to know. And guys, until then,
we'll see you in the next one.